So good afternoon all.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Had your lunch? Are you hungry? Still hungry? No. Respond. So I will be dealing with a new chapter, computer system. Okay, so what is a computer? I would like to know from your side what you know about a computer. From your childhood, you're hearing the word computer. What is that?
It's a machine.
Yes, it is a machine. Then, other than that, what comes in your mind when you hear this word computer, a computer system? What is that?
It processes information.
Okay, then. Oh, I forgot that you have not seen any computers in it. You don't know what is computer. You have not used that, isn't it? Huh? Ah, that is the main reason you are not able to answer to my question, right? Huh? What about others? Tell me. From childhood, we are hearing that we used to give input to the computer. Processing has been done and we will get the output, isn't it? So it is an electronic machine. So we are going to deal with the chapter computer system. Please do write the heading of this chapter. So name of the chapter, it is computer system. Okay. So everything around us involves technology, isn't it? Right? Everything around us involves technology, be it be withdrawal of money from ATM, isn't it? It is based on technology. Can you just give me another examples for the technology? Yes. I think you used to do online shopping, right? Then what else? You're using different services. So what are the services? Oh, I think you are not using your smartphone. You're not using any technology, right? Just give me one example.
Ma'am, online class.
Yes, can you just repeat?
Ma'am, online class.
Online class then, which means that e-learning. After that,
Paying bills.
paying bills. Okay. Searching the internet, isn't it? You used to search anything every day, right? If you have any doubt, you will open your browser, you will search, right? This is all happening because of this technology, right? You have been centered, you have been revolving around your smartphone, isn't it? Nowadays, without smartphone, without technology, we can't live, isn't it? Yes. Now it has become a part of our life. Computer has become a part of our life. So it is compulsory for all. It is necessary for all to learn, to know the technology and to work in computer, isn't it? Without that, we can't do anything nowadays. Yes? Now all are familiar with this. How to use computer or how to use smartphone and what are the different technologies, isn't it? Yes or
Yes, ma'am.
no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So today's world is an information rich world, isn't it? Everything around us involves technology. There is nothing without technology. Now, computer has become a important part of our life, isn't it? So, a computer's capability to process, store, and retrieve data and information had made an important part of our environment, made an important role in our environment. It plays an important role, isn't it? Yes, because this world now it is full of technology. Today's world is an information rich world. So if we want to use that, we have to know about technology, isn't it? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what is a computer? This is the basic definition of a computer. A computer is an electronic device which accepts a set of instruction in the form of program, executes it, and it displays the output using the output unit to the user. So what is the basic definition of a computer? It is an electronic device, isn't it, which accepts input from us. Processing has been done. After that, we will get the output using output device. So can you just give me one example for the input device? Oops, I forgot that you are not using anything, isn't it?
Ma'am,
What is it?
keyboard,
Keyboard, then
mouse,
mouse. What about output? Others do
ma'am,
know?
monitor,
Yes. What about others? You are not familiar with the parts? Try to answer. Answer to my question. From your childhood, you are learning different parts of a computer. So can you just give me, other than Abhilash, can you just give me one example for the output device? What is another example? Yes, Sanjana.
Ma'am, smartphones.
It is a device, output unit.
Printer.
Yes?
Printer.
Printer, yes. So what is the definition of a computer? It is an electronic device that accepts a set of instruction in the form of program. After that execution has been done, then we will get the output, isn't it? So here you can see one example, the equation. The working of a computer can be expressed in an equation, isn't it? First, we used to enter data. Okay, after that, processing has been done. Then we will get the information. So the processed data is known as information, isn't it? So can you just tell me what do you mean by information, or what is data first? These are the examples of data. So what is data? We used to enter data into the computer, isn't it? So what is that? If I say this is the example of data, so what is that? This is another example. Row, facts, and figures are known as data. Okay. When you see this, you will get a complete information regarding this data. See, if you see 106, you don't know what is the relation between 106 and 85, isn't it? You don't know what is 125. You don't know what is 70. You don't know what is 169, what is 97. But while coming to the right hand side, you can get to know that it is the name. 106 is the roll number. And he is having, that particular person is having 85 marks, isn't it? You are getting a complete information regarding this. Next, 125 is the roll number. You are getting a complete information that the roll number, the guy with who is having roll number 125 is having the mark 70. And here, 169, the one who is having the roll number 169 is having the mark 97. On the right hand side, when you see the box, you will get a complete information, isn't it? Yes? If I write like this. I have just written the words. Do you get any idea? I've just entered the data. So can you understand what is that? But if I arrange it properly, like this, then you will get a complete information, isn't it? So this is what the difference about. This is the difference about data and information. So what is data? It is defined as the raw facts and figures. So this doesn't give a complete information. So the raw facts and figures are known as data. Okay, it doesn't have any meaning. But information means when the data are being processed, that is known as information. You will get a complete idea about that. Here you can see one example, isn't it? When you relate that data together, when you arrange that data together, you will get a meaning. A meaningful data is known as, or the processed data is known as information. Please do note down the important point regarding this. So what is information? It is defined as the collection of data which has been organized in a particular manner to generate meaningful or processed data. Here you can see one example for information. So the raw facts and figures is known as data. Information is the collection of data which has been organized in such a way that we will get a complete information. We will get a meaningful data, isn't it? Yes. I hope this basic concept is clear about data and information, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is information processing cycle. What is that? What is information processing cycle? Yes. So from your childhood, you are learning that we used to give input, isn't it? After that, processing has been done and we will get the output from using. Do we get the output? Do we get the output from the computer?
Yes.
Yes. With the help of output device, isn't it? So here, please look at the points. Computer takes input in the form of data, isn't it? And output has been generated in the form of information. So it takes the input in the form of data and we get the output in the form of information. So this process of converting data, the process of converting data to some meaningful information is known as information processing cycle. The process of converting our data to a meaningful information is known as information processing cycle. From this word, you will get the meaning, isn't it? Information processing, processed data, which means that the process of converting our data to a meaningful information is known as information processing cycle. It is known as information processing cycle. Okay. So far we have discussed about computer. What is a computer? Then we have discussed about data and information. Now we are discussing about information processing cycle, the process in which the process of converting data to a meaningful information is known as information processing cycle. Okay? Is it okay? Is it okay or not?
Yes, ma'am, it's okay.
What are the basic components of a computer system? It is hardware and software, isn't it? So computer system consists of two parts. First one is hardware and second one is software. So what is hardware and what is software? What is hardware and what is software? Yes, what is hardware and what is software?
Hardwares are the devices we use physically physically to manipulate the computer, and software is mostly present inside the computers as programs.
Okay. Only Abhilash is there in this class. What about others? It's excellent. You're excellent, my dear. Yes, what about others? Huh? Okay, I am going to call you one by one. Alan, just tell me, what do you know about hardware and software? Try. No problem. Try. No problem. Even if it is wrong, no problem. Try, my dear. Hardware?
Hardware we can touch, software we can't touch.
Okay. Buddha Dev, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can you just tell me?
The hardware involves, like CPU and all stuff like that, UPS, etc. and software. It's like present inside the computer.
Okay, very good. Aparna? Yes.
Hardware is like physical elements,
Hmm.
like we can touch it and all.
Hmm.
Then software, we can't touch it, like.
Okay. So hardware means the physical parts of a computer, isn't it? So the parts that we can touch and see is known as hardware. Here you can see some of the examples of the hardware. Okay. So the parts that you can touch is known as hardware. So it is known as the physical parts of a computer. Okay. The monitor that you are using, the keyboard that you are using, the mouse that you're using, the printer, scanner, these all comes under hardware. Okay, so these are the physical parts or physical components of a computer. Okay, the physical parts of a computer that you can touch and see. And while coming to the software, every day you will get some of the instruction from your parents, isn't it? From your parents and from your teachers. Why? Why they are giving you instruction? Don't do this. Learn at this time. Why they are giving you such instructions? For fun, right? No. Then what is the reason? Just for time being, isn't it? They don't have any job. That's why they're just giving you instruction, right? What is the reason? Huh? Sarah saying yes. Huh? What is the reason? Because they want to make you do some work, isn't it? So computer also works with the help of set of instruction. So the set of instruction is known as software. Okay. So set of instructions given to a computer is known as software. You will be using different types of software, isn't it? You will be using different types of applications in your mobile phones. Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. Can you just give me 2 examples for the application software that you're using, that you're frequently using? For boys, it will be what? There is one game, Fire. What is that? Free Fire. Huh? I think girls are not addicted. I don't know what about girls. Girls are addicted. Then which are the different applications that you're using? Different application software that you're using frequently? YouTube, isn't it? Yes. Then Then-
WhatsApp.
yes. So these all comes under software. Okay, basically there are 2 types of software. No need to learn about that. So what is a software? It is a set of instruction which has been given to the computer. In the screen, you can see some of the examples for the software. Okay. Now, here you can see IPO cycle, input output processing cycle, which means that from childhood we are learning that we used to give input, processing has been done, right? We get the output in the form of information. We used to input data, we get the output in the form of information. So let's look at the definition of this. So IPO stands for, please do write this. IPO stands for input, process, output cycle. Okay, every task given to a computer, it follows the cycle. IPO, I stands for input, then process, output, cycle, isn't it? It accepts input, it processes the input. After that, it will give us the output with the help of output device. Who does the processing? Who does the processing?
The computer.
Which part of the computer?
CPU.
CPU. Excellent. CPU is also known as the brain of the computer, isn't it? We will learn in this chapter. So processing has been done by CPU. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. Please do learn the full form of CPU. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. And what is the unit use of this memory unit? It holds the data and instruction during the processing, which means that there should be someone to hold the data, isn't it? During the process. Yes. So this memory unit helps us to hold the data and instruction which has been used during a process, during a particular process. Okay. So from this figure, it is clear that We used to give input in the form of data, processing has been done, and this storage media, this memory unit stores the data, isn't it? After that, we will get the output in the form of information. Is that clear? So this memory unit holds the data and instruction during the process or during the processing. Okay. Now, this is the functional components of a computer system. This is the diagram. This diagram is also known as von Neumann architecture. This diagram is also known as von Neumann architecture. Can anyone explain this? Other than Abhilash. Please do try. Try to explain this. Same concept. Let me see who will come forward. Yes. Should I call? Huh? Should I call? Yes, Tom. Try to explain.
Can you show the slide?
Yes.
The input unit receives the inputs and it is processed in the CPU.
What? It is processing the CPU.
It is processed in the CPU.
Okay, it is processed in the CPU. Yes.
And the output is given and it is stored to the memory.
Okay, excellent. Now let's see. This diagram is also known as von Neumann architecture. Okay. Please do learn this because this is important. In this, we get to know that computer receives data, isn't it? Using input device. You know different types of input devices, right? You're familiar with different types of input devices. And who does the processing? CPU. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. Yes, and we will get the result with the help of output devices, isn't it? Here you can see main memory and secondary memory. Okay, main memory is also known as primary memory. And secondary memory is also known as auxiliary memory, which is used for storing data. There should be someone to store data, isn't it? Yes. So main, what is the role of the main memory? It holds the input and intermediate output during the processing. When a processing has been done, when there is a processing is going on, there should be someone to hold that intermediate result, isn't it? So who does that? Main memory. Okay. Main, or we can also say it as primary memory. Okay. So what is the main role of this memories? To hold, to store our data. So what is the role of the main memory? It holds the input and intermediate output during the processing. Okay. Say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So, which means that you're ready to answer to my question, right? Yes, definitely. This is such a easy topic. Yes. So, I would like to call Anish. Anish. Okay, then tell me what we have discussed. Yes, Anjana. Yeah.
Hardware, software.
From the starting. What is the name of our chapter?
Starting, I was not there, ma'am. Network issue. I joined late after 15 minutes.
After 15 minutes. Okay, then your friend, it's Sayuja, right? What is the correct pronunciation, my dear? Yes, Sayujia. Yeah. Please help your friend. Tell her what we have learned from the starting.
chapter name is computer system.
Hmm.
We learned about the technologies, various chapter.
We have learned about technology. Okay. Hmm. Then
Computer, definition of computer,
hmm.
then process,
What process?
information process cycle.
I think. Why you think? Huh? Then go on. Yes.
Basic components,
Hmm.
computer,
Hmm. Hmm.
then IPO cycle,
Hmm.
then CPU.
Hmm. Okay, done, isn't it? Let's rewind. So let's rewind the topics that we have learned so that I can ask the question. So our chapter is about computer system. Yes, so in this chapter we were just learning about the basic things regarding a computer, isn't it? Nowadays, our world is information rich world, isn't it? Everywhere we can see technology in everything, right? But you are not using technology. I don't know why. You're using technology? Yes. Okay. So computers nowadays computer are playing an important role in our life, isn't it? So the computer's capability to process, store, and retrieve data and information had made it an important part of our life, isn't it? So what is the basic definition of a computer? It is an electronic. It is an electronic device which accepts a set of data, isn't it? Then process it, and we will get the output and sends the output. This is the basic definition. And those who have not seen the computer yet, this is the computer, my dears. Okay. After that, we have seen the equation. What is data and information? Data means it is the raw facts or figures. Here you can see some of the examples of data, isn't it? And what about information? It is defined as the collection of data, which has been organized in such a way that we will get a complete information. We will get a meaningful information, meaningful or processed data. Okay, here you can see one example where we will get a complete idea about our data. Then we have learned about information processing cycle. What is that? Computer takes input in the form of data and it gives the output in the form of information, right? So the process of converting the data into meaningful information is known as information processing cycle. Yes. And we have learned that two basic parts of a computer, hardware and software. So hardware are the physical parts of a computer that we can see and touch, and software are the set of instruction which has been given to a computer to do a particular set of tasks. Then we have gone through the IPO cycle. This is what is IPO cycle. From this diagram, it is clear, isn't it? That we used to give input in the form of data and we'll get the output in the form of information, and there is a storage. There's a memory unit, isn't it? So IPO stands for input process output cycle. And the processing has been done by, who does the processing? CPU. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. So this is the von Neumann architecture in which you will get a clear image, isn't it? So central processing unit consists of 3 units: control unit, arithmetic logic unit, and registers. We will learn about this in detail. Okay, so CPU consists of 3 basic units. CU stands for control unit, ALU stands for arithmetic logic unit. Okay, and here you can see that this diagram, what is the name? Von Neumann architecture. is one of the important topic. Please do learn this. And a computer receives data through input device, isn't it? Then processing is been done by CPU, and we will get the result through output device. Right? Here you can see in this figure, you can see two types of memory. Which are they? Main and secondary. Primary memory is also known as main memory, and secondary memory is also known as auxiliary memory, which is used for storing data. Okay? Then this main memory holds the input and intermediate result or output during the processing. Now, so before moving to the next question, before moving to the next topic, I would like to ask a question regarding this. So, who will come forward? I'm not going to call. You are not small children. Try to tell what you know. These are the topics that we have covered. These topics you are learning from your childhood, isn't it? Yes. So who would like to come forward and tell me? Who's ready to answer to my question? Yeah. No one. Shy? Huh? Or you are afraid? What others will think? No. So please tell me what we have learned.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
the chapter name.
Okay, I will ask you a question. What is computer?
Computer is an electronic device
Hmm.
which accepts the input and processes it.
Can you just raise your voice? Yes. Yes.
Computer is an electronic device
Hmm.
which processes the input.
Hmm. Then you're right. Hmm.
Then give us a meaningful output.
Okay. Then very good. Excellent. Now, Irene. Irene. Unmute, my dear. Okay, then yes, Abhilash.
Yes, ma'am.
What is IPO cycle?
Ma'am, IPO cycle is an input process output cycle which basically shows the cycle of how data is inputted into the system and it is processed by the CPU and the output is displayed as information.
Excellent. Now, Alan, Alan, are you there? No. Okay, then Sanjana,
Yes, ma'am.
can you just explain about von Neumann architecture?
It is a computer receives data and instructions.
Just
through
you
input
close your
device.
note. Then tell me what you know.
It receives data
Hmm.
in the form of input, and the output is given in the form of information.
Then, what is
It
the role?
has the CPU has three main components:
Hmm.
ALU, CU, and registers.
Hmm.
Yeah. Then there is two types of memory: we have primary memory and secondary memory.
Excellent. So, what is the role of that memory? Next question is for yes, Alan. Try. What is the role of that memory? What is the role of the main memory?
It holds the input. It holds the input.
It holds the data and
It used to store the data.
the intermediate results. Okay. During the processing, the data has been stored by main memory. So, what is the role next? It's Nestle, right? Are you there? Okay, so Is there anyone who is very sad that he stating that he or she doesn't get any chance to answer? Is there anyone who's waiting for his chance? Yes. Okay. I think there is some audio problem, right? Yes. Then Buddha,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me, what is the role of the main memory? Main and secondary memory, primary and secondary memory.
The main memory holding the
Hmm.
intermediary output during the processing.
Okay. So what is the main usage of that memory units? It helps us to store the data, isn't it? There should be someone to hold. When while coming to a real-time example, you have vessels, isn't it? What is the role of that vessel? What is the role of the vessel that you have seen in your home? Or you doesn't have any vessel in your home? What
And
is
to
the role?
hold the items.
Same, that is the same concept regarding this memory unit. Is that clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's all for now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.